Alright, the American Civil War. Pretty big word, pretty big video. 5 minutes long. Can barely count that many minutes on one hand. Takes up all the fingers. But anyway, I'm gonna make a little documentary on the Civil War, and it's pretty good. It's got EDF gameplay because well, all my footage is gone that I was gonna use, so I was forced to use EDF gameplay. So, hey, at least you won't get bored while I yap away about the Civil War. And also, I'm kind of tired right now, so if it sounds like I'm tired, it's because I am tired. So, yeah, that's just why my voice is like this. So first we got the events leading up to the war. So, on December 19th, 1860, everything was normal in South Carolina. However, on the very next day, on December 20th, 1860, South Carolina became the first southern state to secede from the Union. See, I say southern state as if any northern state seceded. Yeah, the South was the only people who seceded. The North did not secede. But the South Carolina became the first to secede, and many other southern states soon followed suit, with what's it called, Texas being the last to join before the war, and Tennessee being the very last to ever join. And together they formed the Confederate States of America, which I will now refer to as either the South or the Confederates. The president was named Jefferson Davis. First name Jefferson, last name Davis, and he was a former Secretary of War. So pretty fit for the position, it would seem. And he also represented Mississippi in the United States Senate and the House of Representatives. Then over on the north side for the Civil War, we got good old Abraham Lincoln. Which Abraham Lincoln. Everyone knows Abraham Lincoln. But he was actually he was pretty good. He was like pretty good in this war. He at first he was all normal and stuff, and then by the end of the war he looked all weird and stuff because he turned really evil. No, he didn't turn evil. You know what I mean. You're the one who taught me this. Um. So. So yeah, those are pretty much the leading people on each side. And one more person I would like to mention is what's his name? Robert E. Lee. See, my name is Robert. I'm named after him because I am the best that has ever been at leading war, at being general. Because this Robert E. Lee, he was the general of the Confederate Army, and yeah, he was pretty good. He won a lot of battles. Was really good at what he did. And yeah, so that's the people summed up. Oh no, that's not the people summed up. On the north side, uh, so the what's his name? Lincoln appointed this guy named George McClellan to lead the Union Army when the war first started. But he ended up not being too good at the game, so he kind of fired him and replaced him with Ambrose Burnside, and then he was kind of Ulysses S. Grant was another guy, I think. But yeah, that now that's really all the people. All right. I know. On April 12th, 1861. On 1861, saying 1861, the first unofficial battle of the Civil War started. So this was actually a couple of days before the war actually begun, which is why it's called the first unofficial battle, because it was barely even a battle. It was more like a massacre. The Confederates just went up and just not really raided, but they canonized a base, fort. It was called Fort Sumter. It was under the Union control, and since the war hadn't officially started yet, it wasn't really the first battle of the war, but it was the first unofficial battle of the war. So the Confederates just bombarded the fort with all their cannons and stuff, and it basically like they did it for a couple of days. The Union soldiers just kind of hid away and escaped pretty much unharmed. And then when they ran out of supplies, they just raised the white flag, and that was it. And they didn't even fight back or anything. They were just chilling. They were just good. So yeah, that's the first unofficial battle. But this is ultimately what ended up like leading up to the war being declared, because the North was not about to take that. Uh, but like that one didn't really have any like guns in it or anything, or none of those like generals or anything. There was just a bunch of big boats attacking a big rock on a big water. But so like before I talk to you about like the real first battle of the Civil War, I'm gonna tell you about like the how what's it called, like the weapons and battle tactics. So the battle tactics back then were actually kind of sucky. They were not that good. Like they just kind of shot at each other in lines and just stared at each other maliciously while they reloaded. And what they were reloading, what they were using, they got these big old muskets, these big old muzzle-loading muskets. Put a powder down, put a little piece of cloth down, put a little ball, a little bullet down, and then put a primer down, and you're good. But that took a while. So, like repeater rifles existed, but they were not very common. Not every single soldier had one. So they mostly use like muskets and stuff, which takes a while to reload, and they're not very accurate because they shoot small little balls made of lead. In fact, the word bullet literally means small ball. I think it's in French or something, I don't know. Anyway, like they were not very accurate at all. I don't know if they had rifle barrels back then. They probably did, but I'm pretty certain they did. I'm pretty certain they did. In 1849, a French man named something 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 Mini. His last name was Mini. I'm not gonna try and pronounce the rest because it's French and it's weird and it's strange. He invented the mini ball, which is a bullet, but in a more pointed and conical shape, kind of like more akin to the bullets that we see in modern firearms today. And this thing was deadly. It's effective and it's good at the game. It does things pretty well. Um, yeah, and it was so accurate. It's part of what made this war so deadly in the first place. Anyway, you know, it was like aerodynamic, and it tears through skin and shatters bones. And hang on, that guy's name is Claude Etienne Mini. Yeah, okay. I just read over the script. I think that's how I did it. I think that's how the name is. But yeah, that's pretty much that's what part of what made the war so deadly. But anyway, now on to the first battle, the first official battle of the Civil War. The first official battle of the Civil War is called the Battle of Bull Run, or the first Battle of Bull Run, because there were actually multiple. So it's basically, imagine there's like people, a bunch of people, and they're all just staring at each other in a line, and they went and over and they went and shot each other in those lines. Like I just told you about. There's like battle tactics. That's pretty much all they knew how to do in life. So they just shot at each other with these little mini balls, and it was pretty deadly. If you get shot, you're kind of cooked. There's not much you can do. There's nothing you can do, but like um, so they all just kind of sat there and shot at each other. Robert E. Lee was on the Confederate side, of course, and someone was on the Union side. I don't know. Someone, no one matters. He probably died. But like the Unions ended up losing the battle because they kind of they up and ran they ran away. Like they saw they were losing the battle, so they did not feel like sticking around any longer. So they just kind of they just kind of turn tail and run. Just drop all their weapons, drop all their backpacks, and escaped. They took some civilians' vehicular devices, some of their chariots and horses, and I don't know. Someone probably like flipped a picnic table or something. I don't know. Yeah, it was probably absolute pandemonium. Probably, but someone exploded. I wouldn't put it past someone to explode back then. They were weird back then. Yeah, but it was a crazy battle. It was a little bit strange. It was a little bit strange back then. Was but before I wrap this up, I'll do one more battle because the video's already 10 minutes. That's like a lot longer than 5 minutes. I thought it would only be like 10 minutes. I was like panicking. I thought we would not have a lot of uh time here. No, too much time. No, yeah, no, not a lot of time. Like, no. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm waffling. Anyway, so there was this one battle. It was called the Battle of Antietam, and basically it was the deadliest single day battle of the entire war. In life, like, so you could like go if you went back there. Like it was pretty deadly. Like you'd see, like someone might have died back then. I don't know. You should look. You should have seen it. It was crazy. You weren't even there though. But it was, yeah, it took place in a place called Antietam, and there was this guy who took photographs of it, and we are trying to like, was like, I wonder if they're fake or something. He might have faked them photographs, you know. You ever think that? You ever think photographs are fake? Straight out the onion, those photographs, you know. Anyway, yeah, that's all I really got for the Battle of Antietam. You know, it's not in the script. I just kind of came up with it. I feel like only like two battles is like not enough. So anyway, time for the outro. Yay! All right, that's it for this little documentary. The video has ended up summing up to probably about like 12, 13 minutes around there. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the EDF gameplay, because I know you were not listening to me that whole time. I might, huh? I might even play a little air horn sound effect to get you back on focus. I don't feel like finding an air horn sound effect online, so I just kind of did that. That was my best impression. I don't know. Anyway, yeah. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. And I'll see you next time. Yay!